All right, we are going deep. I mean, really deep underground today to talk about the massive, invisible forces that engineers have to wrestle with every single day. We're diving into the world of subsurface geomechanics, which is really the science of what happens when we start messing with the deep earth.
So let's start with a really basic question. What happens when you poke around, say, a mile beneath your feet? Well, it turns out that's a simple question with some incredibly complicated and very high-stakes answers. Because the Earth, well, it doesn't always react kindly.
For instance, when you pull fluids like oil and gas out of these deep underground reservoirs, the very ground you're standing on can slowly but surely start to drop. It's a phenomenon called subsidence. Or think about this. The pressures a mile down are so immense, they can crush a brand new wellbore like you'd crush a soda can. If it's not supported just right, you're looking at a really costly and dangerous failure.
And then there's this. If you start injecting fluids deep underground, you can actually change the natural stress on ancient fault lines. And sometimes, that's enough to make them slip and trigger man-made earthquakes. So, sinking platforms, collapsing wells, and earthquakes. How on earth do you manage these huge risks? Well, that's exactly where geomechanics comes in. It's the science that lets us predict these powerful reactions to make the invisible, well, predictable. And you know what? It all really boils down to one core idea. To really get a handle on how the deep Earth works, we have to grasp this one foundational concept. And a great way to think about it is what I call the squeezed sponge principle. Okay, this is probably the single most important concept in the entire field. It comes from a scientist named Carl Terzaghi, and what he figured out was just brilliant. He realized it's not the total weight pressing down that causes a rock to fail. No, it's how that weight is shared between the fluid inside the rock's tiny pores and the solid rock grains themselves. And this slide illustrates it perfectly. So imagine a wet sponge. The water inside, that's like the fluid pressure in the rock. It actually helps hold the whole thing up. Now you squeeze it. That's the total stress from all the rocks sitting on top of it. But the real key, what decides if that sponge is going to collapse, is the stress on the sponge material itself. We call that the effective stress. So when you produce oil, you're basically draining the water out of the sponge. All of a sudden, that solid skeleton has to carry the entire load, and it starts to compact and collapse. Okay, so we've got the principle down. But how do you actually apply it to predict what's going to happen a mile underground? I mean, guesswork is definitely not an option here. We need a way to see these forces ahead of time. In modern engineering, that crystal ball is some seriously powerful software. These tools basically let us build a digital twin of what's going on down there, so we can simulate these immense forces before we ever drill a thing. But here's the thing. Not all of these digital crystal balls are the same. See, most traditional software, what we call implicit solvers, they try to solve the whole puzzle at once. They're looking for a final, stable answer. But in geomechanics, we're often trying to predict instability. That's where a different approach, an explicit solver, is a game changer. It calculates the physics frame by frame, essentially watching a potential collapse happen in super slow motion. And this frame-by-frame method is just perfectly suited for this kind of problem. It means you can simulate a total collapse without the program crashing. Why? Because it's just following the laws of physics moment by moment. It doesn't get confused when things start to break. In fact, that's exactly what it's designed to see. Of course, any simulation is only as smart as the rules you give it. And in geomechanics, those rules are called constitutive models. The best way to think of them is like a rulebook for rocks. You're going to need a totally different rulebook for soft sand than you would for brittle shale, or for rock salt that actually flows over time. If you get that rulebook right, your crystal ball is crystal clear. But get it wrong, your predictions are pretty much useless. So now, let's see how this all comes together in the real world. We're going to look at how engineers use these principles and these incredible tools to solve some of the toughest puzzles deep underground. All right, first up, wellbore stability. Every single time you drill a hole deep into the earth, you create this zone of super concentrated stress right around it. So the million-dollar question is, how do you keep that hole from caving in on itself? Well, the answer is all about staying in something called the safe mud weight window. See, the drilling fluid, or mud, pushes outward, supporting the well, but it's a balancing act. If that pressure is too low, the well collapses. If it's too high, you can actually fracture the rock and lose all your expensive drilling fluid. The success of the entire operation depends on staying right there in that narrow green window.
Okay, next puzzle. What happens to a whole oil field after you've been pumping oil out of it for decades? Does that squeezed sponge analogy come to mind?
Well, get this. At the huge Ekofisk field in the North Sea, decades of production caused the seafloor to sink by up to 9 meters. That's nearly 30 feet. That is our squeezed sponge principle playing out on an absolutely monumental scale.
Now here's the amazing part. Geomechanical simulations can predict this. By modeling the pressure drop and how the rock compacts, engineers can actually forecast this subsidence. And that allows them to do incredible things, like physically jacking up these massive offshore platforms to keep everyone safe and to keep the field running for years to come.
And these incredible predictive tools, they really bring us to the bigger picture. Because geomechanics isn't just about taking resources out of the ground anymore. It's about actively and safely engineering the subsurface to meet our future needs.
So if you remember just 3 things from all this, make it these. First, the ground beneath our feet is not static. It's a living, dynamic system. Second, that principle of effective stress, our squeezed sponge, that is the master key to unlocking its secrets. And third, these advanced simulations, they really are our digital crystal balls for seeing into that invisible world and engineering it safely.
And that leaves us with one final big thought. As we start looking underground for new solutions, things like storing carbon dioxide or harnessing geothermal energy, our ability to predict and manage these powerful, invisible forces has never been more critical. The question isn't just what's down there anymore. It's how can we work with it to build a truly sustainable future.